That works
I
for
have
me.
no idea what you just said.
No. I'll do it again. Hello and welcome back to the Book News Podcast. I'm Louis and this is my third attempt at this intro because everyone's interrupting me. This is episode 4. Oh my god, you've written a book, now what? Today we're talking about how to build the perfect indie book launch for you. Every author's journey is different, so rather than chasing someone else's blueprint, we're going to explore what it really means and what it really matters before launch, during launch, and in the months that follow. Joining us today is special guest R.B. Holmes, who after that introduction, if editing's worked and MJ's done her job, probably needs no more introduction, so let's get started.
Okay, so I'll start. So, hello. Imagine a welfare worker and a crime lord falling in love in a dystopian fantastical city and uniting to prevent a devastating war. This is the premise of my novel, The Lions of Sandfire, All for One, which is book 1 of a completed adult fantasy duology. I am Emily, my pen name is R.B. Holmes, and I am an unpublished author and social worker challenging systemic injustice through fantasy literature. My novel sits at 93,811 words at draft 7, and here is its synopsis. Evie is a 26-year-old welfare worker and rogue killer in the nocturnal city of Sandfire, an ambitious human stronghold. In a world fiercely protected by the native elves, Sandfire struggles under the strict control that tirelessly prevents humanity's dangerous inventions and expansion. Between uprising human fanatics and an elven terrorist group named the Wild Hunt, tensions in Sandfire explode into murder and mayhem. Fighting for unity, Evie desperately calls upon the aid of her charismatic brother, her iron-fisted grandmother, and her star-crossed lover, an enigmatic black market dealer named Mordecai. Deeply in love but separated by a secret he cannot reveal, Evie and Mordecai share a complex, tormented past. But when a plot is uncovered to invoke a global human uprising against the elves, Evie and Mordecai draw upon the power of their perilous love to ensure the survival of their people. The Lions of Sandfire All for One is a fast-paced third-person narrative and utilises poignant flashbacks to explore the key romance. Within this passionate story, the forbidden slow-burn romance and political intrigue seen in Danielle L. Jensen's Inadequate Air is met with the unique blend of science and folklore of Andrzej Sapkowski's Witcher series and the thrilling rebellious justice in V for Vendetta. The book was long-listed in Queensland Writers' Centre Publishable 2025, receiving an invaluable manuscript development course. It became a highly commended piece, awarded a full manuscript review by beta readers, who stated that the richly atmospheric and ambitious narrative contributes meaningfully to the fantasy genre and combines social justice, romance, and epic fantasy with a memorable flawed heroine. And this is just kind of like my finishing piece to Alex Adset, who is the amazing literary agent that I am wanting to pitch to tomorrow. And that's just, it would be a dream come true to be represented by her, because her dedication to Australian authors well and truly precedes her, and she has so much integrity that's richly woven into her advocacy and education for writers. So it would be an absolute honour to work with her. And to wrap up, I just say thank you very much for your time, and if you'd like to know more about my books and my goats, feel free to check out my Instagram page and website. And that's it.
By the way, that was the one we were meant to interrupt on.
Yeah,
It was so good. I want to know more.
This is why I wanted to do it, because the first time I heard it, I was like, damn, that's fucking all in one, right? That's what you want.
Yeah, I have a question for you. How did you come up with your comps? How did you land on those comps?
I was just going to say comps are comparisons for anyone who doesn't know what comps are. They're comparison book titles. I did not know this when I first got in this, and someone kindly explained.
Thank you, Andrew, for making a very excellent point. Let me step back for a moment and say comps, coming up with comps, comparable titles, was the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
And, like, the main reason why I stopped querying, I was so irrationally upset at the concept that I had to come up with those. I'm pitching to you. You're a publishing professional.
Yeah.
You tell me. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's the Bible and like War and Peace and every greatest bestseller there's ever been. There, those are my comps. Deal with that. I don't know. Like, I hate that. And you came up with it in a way that made, like, I understood. I haven't read or seen The Witcher, but I've seen like clips of it, and so instantly I understood the vibe. Like, even though I haven't been attached to that. So anyway, back to, and V for Vendetta is something that it's an annual viewing for me and reading. So anyway, back to the question: how did you land on those? Because I noticed you have like I don't know if that was V for Vendetta, the graphic novel, or if that was the movie, or sort of what were you thinking?
The movie for that. But yeah, comps took me a really long time to nail, because one thing that I learned prior to doing this pitching event, I actually linked into doing a Pitch Perfect course that the Australian Society of Authors runs. And it's actually awesome. Like, they run you through how to create a really, really good pitch. And they get like editors to come in and tell you what they want to see in a pitch and that kind of thing. And how to refine your pitch down to like 3 minutes. And it was really tricky because with comps, the advice is don't go for anything too old. Don't go for anything that's an insane bestseller. Don't go for anything that's classic. So try and find comps that fit those descriptions, and it's really, really difficult, actually. So I think Danielle L. Jensen is definitely a best-selling author regardless. So for me, it just really felt natural to, like, I loved The Inadequate Heir. There was just enough romance in it and just enough like epic fantasy and really heavy political intrigue in it for it just to be this incredible novel that I think would attract people across multiple genres. And I feel like my book does that because I've tested it out with beta readers who don't read any fantasy but kind of really liked it. And then of course fantasy readers too. Romance readers liked it, non-romance readers liked it. So I kind of put it in there for that reason as well as for what I stated in the pitch. We could list a movie or a TV series, so I thought that was really cool. And V for Vendetta has always like really, really struck my heart because I am a social worker and, you know, we do research systemic injustices and we work with all our systems, our healthcare system, education systems, our disability systems, welfare systems, etc. And so we see what's really broken and we do what we can to try and fix it a little in a much less extreme way than V does in V for Vendetta. But I loved the thought of a welfare worker who was kind of like, no, I'm not going to sit back and go to sleep tonight knowing that domestic violence perpetrator is alive right down the street.
Like the equal, like Denzel.
It's smart. You're just doing like, it's like you're doing scouting missions all day, every day.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this family's just going through a bit of trouble. They're not too bad, actually. I can help them. Or then the next one, oh no, this guy's a wrong 'un. I'm going to absolutely take him out.
Like a better Batman.
Exactly.
Yeah, like a much better Batman.
Like morally.
Not just a billionaire beating up like poor people. It's a billionaire who like takes the time to get to know them. Let's see. If I punch them in the stomach, will that improve their life?
Yeah, you have to really check his van. On the comps, right? So I love this chat. This is very interesting. So I was in a similar position as MJ describes, where I didn't know how to do it when I queried my novel, and I had 3 or 4 goes at it, and a little bit like yourself, Ruby. I took advice from literary agents on it. So I find the fact that you can do these 3-minute in-person or audio pitches really interesting. For me, it was produce a letter, produce a synopsis, produce a sample, and send it off. Yeah. When I paid for literary agents to review my submission packages, I got varying feedback. Now, some of it was, you absolutely have to pick a book. You can't do movie or TV, which for mine, which is sort of based off a TV show humour, I found that difficult. I also heard what you said when they said about don't pick something big and flashy and everyone knows because that's rubbish. Don't pick something super old. And they said older was older than like 10 years. And I was like, okay, that sucks as well. But then on the flip side, another one said you need to change it for every single agent you pitch to, because what you need to do is look at their list and for books they've got and liken it to that. And I said to him, but what if I've not read the books in their list? And they said, well, you either have to fake it or you have to say, I think this looks like it, but ideally you should read them. So I got to a point where I was like, that's too much work, that's too much load, and that's too much, almost like a leap of faith to try and say that it's like the books in your list. So I ended up just pivoting back to picking TV shows. So I think the logic you have for how you got to yours works really well.
I think you should
Can I
100%.
say?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, just one thing. I would use AI for that. I think that is an appropriate use. I would go through if I was looking at a literary agent, Louis, this is my gift to you.
Wow.
This is my gift to you. Are you ready?
Wow.
This is my gift. I would go to see a
Turncoat.
literary agent's shelf and be
Benedict
like,
Arnold.
here's some romance novels that they have repped. And I would put it into AI and say, what's this book about?
Yeah. Right, so I agree with you.
It's already in there.
Yeah,
I'm just pulling it out.
One
I'd
addendum
100% fake it.
One addendum to
100%.
that. I did that. I fucking did that because obviously AI is a great tool for that stuff. So no drama there. I was memeing out there. However, the motherfucker hallucinated on me and made up books that didn't exist and that they didn't rep. Because I put it in because I was like political satire, and it went, this motherfucker's got these books, he's done these and these are. I was like, oh my god, I've made it. This guy's gonna love my book. We're best buds now.
You didn't put that in your query.
I fucking did. Of course I did. I didn't know what I was doing. I just believed it. And obviously I didn't get a reply back. Point is, yeah, AI can hallucinate, but also we've got that on camera now that MJ uses AI. So I love that. I love that for you, MJ.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think the comps are fantastic. I want to know so much more. I'm not gonna ask because I don't want you. I think you probably gave away like as much of the plot as you're comfortable giving away. So I will just pivot and say, how did it feel yesterday when you gave it, and is there anything that you're planning on changing for tomorrow's pitch?
Good question.
Well, yeah. So, oh my God, yesterday. I reckon I would have been a psychologist's field day yesterday. My mum's a psychologist, so she definitely had a lot of fun in watching my process of anxiety. I was so unreasonably nervous about it. Like, I have been in life or death situations in my life, and that wasn't even as scary as yesterday. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It was ridiculous. It was like the nerves were insane, and I think it's because I think about the fact that 12 years ago I started writing, and it wasn't the Lions of Sandfire. It was my quadrilogy that I'm still editing, and that, you know, that kind of opened up the entire world of RADA wherein all my books are based. So it opened up a pantheon, and it opened up a language that I kind of took from an Alpine dialect that my family speaks from northern Italy, and it just paved this way into, like, I guess my soul and my culture and heritage and everything. And here I was pitching a part of that to an editor from a Big 5 publishing house, and I was just terrified. I think afterwards, I managed to mask it really well. I felt like I really held myself together during the pitch. Afterwards, 2 ibuprofen, 2 donuts, one was a chocolate crocodile, which was so cute. Yeah. And then passed out for 2.5 hours. Like,
That's fair. This is important to you. I think it'd be weird if none of that happened.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I took
I went there. It was boring.
Imagine if you blacked out and were just eating the donuts during the pitch.
I had to turn the Vicar of Dibley on the TV because that's my comfort TV
Oh,
show.
nice.
Like
Yeah,
Vicar
nice.
of Dibley, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Fawlty Towers, like all of those
Oh,
ones.
good. Yeah, good references.
And just had to chunk out because it was it was a really intense process, but kind of it was really weirdly unceremonious too, in that the facilitator comes on and she says, Emily, you're pitching to this person from Pan Macmillan. You have 3 minutes. At 2 minutes 50, I'll come back on the screen, and at 3 minutes, a buzzer will go off. Your time starts now. And then I'm just like, huh. And then so I'm pressing the timer on my phone and then saying hello to the wonderful Danielle Walker, who's an amazing editor from Pan Macmillan. And then she says hello back, which wasn't in my script.
Oh, that's like 3 seconds.
Yeah, interrupt you. And you're like, oh fuck.
How dare she?
How are you? Yeah.
How
And
dare
I started
she?
Speaking, and then she said hello, and I was like, oh my god, hello. Like, you're talking to me. And it was funny. But I ended up managing to get through it at a good pace with 1 second to spare. And
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
afterwards, she just said, really deeply appreciated that, and I was just like, yeah, I was just so appreciative to just be in the same space as these awesome people facilitating this event. So I thought to myself, even if I don't hear anything back, I'm pretty proud of myself that I was able to do this, because I did not think I would be able to do this pitch in 3 minutes. No way.